Last weekend in Miami, the Tampa Bay Rowdies had another frustrating result with their third straight loss. Tonight, the defending Eastern Conference champions are back at home, ready to reclaim their spot at the top of the standings. It is a hot, humid Saturday evening in downtown St. Petersburg, and tonight at Al Lang Stadium, it's the Tampa Bay Rowdies taking on Loudoun United FC. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to St. Petersburg. Austin Lyon, Ryan Davis, thank you so much for joining us. Both of these teams in the midst of three-game losing streaks. For Tampa Bay, first time it's happened in more than 3 years, but Coach Neil Collins focused on the process and not panic this week.
Well, that process, Austin, includes having a way of doing things on the field and off the field. Every single player has been handpicked to fit Neil Collins' system. Now, when those pieces of the puzzle are not available to the coach, well, there's been some disruption in the way and the flow of this Rowdy season.
The Rowdies able to overcome those injuries in the early part of the season. Look at their dominance, 13 goals through the first 7 games, but they have really struggled to find the back of the net here in the last month.
Well, even though the Rowdies had some injuries to start the season, they had Steven Dos Santos and Saber Guenzati to kick off the season. They connected and scored a big part of those 13 goals and allowed Rowdies to go 6-1 in those first 7 games. Now, Steven Dos Santos picks up that horrific injury. Neil Collins turns to his bench, does not have many players to choose from because of the injuries at hand. Now, the defense, on the other hand, has to be perfect because the Rowdies are not conjuring up goals. As a result, the Rowdy guy only scored 5 goals and allowed 7 in those last 6 games.
Juan Tejada, Lucky M. Kosana have yet to play this season. The last time these teams met, a 2-1 win for Tampa Bay with a goal in stoppage time. We'll see if there's similar drama here tonight. It's the Rowdies and Loudoun United FC coming up next.
There are lots of signs out there telling us what we should and shouldn't do. We don't ignore these signs. They help keep us safe. That's what chest pressure and fatigue could be. Warning signs of heart disease, telling you it's time to get your heart examined. Baycare's heart experts get to the cause of your symptoms and offer the right treatment options. And all of our Baycare facilities have enhanced safety measures to help keep you safe from COVID-19. Get a cardiologist referral at baycareheartdisease.org. Baycare, humanity at work.
Getting back to all of this will take all of us. If you have questions about the vaccines, Florida Blue nurses are standing by for your call. Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield, here for the one place we call home.
This is crazy.
No, what's crazy is you don't think I'm a soccer superfan.
And you think you can block all 15 of my shots in different jerseys.
Yep, one for each dealership we have in the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, all right, Mr. Superfan, we'll see.
You're right, that was crazy.
They're going to be the official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
You know it. You got like an ice bath around here or something? When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
Second of 4 meetings this season between Tampa Bay and Loudoun United FC. Formations tonight presented by Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa. First for Loudoun United, Timmy Mell is the captain, only player to start every match this season. Robbie Dambrot scored a goal the first time these teams played on June 11th. And keep an eye on Kamarni Smith, the 4th overall pick in this year's MLS Super Draft. Ryan, for the Rowdies, a different look to their starting 11 tonight.
Correct. A lot of midfielders in this 3-4-2-1 formation, and that is to be combative and try to disrupt this Loudoun not offense, but midfield. They like to keep possession with this Rowdy team with Wyke, Hilton, Antley, Ekra, and Steinberger are going to try to create turnovers and create scoring opportunities through counter-pressing.
Special night for Jan Ekra, his 200th match in USL Championship. Let's take a look at the injury report presented by St. Anthony's Hospital. We documented all the injuries the Rowdies have dealt with in the Open. The good news is that Luis Fernando Juan Tejada back at training. They hope to get Dos Santos back in about a week. Loudoun United dealing with one injury as well. And that, as we approach kickoff, how about a look at your keys to the match?
Well, we talked about those midfielders trying to disrupt the things in midfield. So tenacity will be the driving force for this Rowdies team, and Loudoun to counteract that, create triangles and hold possession, frustrate this Rowdies lineup.
So it's Tampa Bay and Loudoun United. You go back 3 weeks ago after a win, the Rowdies were 7 points clear in the Atlantic Division, and now after a win by Pittsburgh last night, they find themselves in second place, 3 points behind. Well, an important match to try to get back on track as Tampa Bay hits the road for the next two. Loudoun United has really struggled offensively for as much as Tampa Bay has had some offensive issues. Loudoun United just 1 goal in their last 3 games. And there'll be an early corner kick for Tampa Bay.
Austin, that's largely because of their conversion rate. So as much possession as Loudoun holds, they just can't convert those chances. I believe it's like 9%. It's the worst in the USL, which makes it fruitless when they get into the last third.
Tampa Bay and Loudoun among the highest possession rate teams in USL Championship. So who has the advantage as these two go at it tonight? Nice ball sent in and a save made by Jermaine Forta as that ball was headed toward the back post.
Well, the delivery by Lewis Hilton was just impeccable, right on top of the 6-yard box. Saber Gwenzati almost getting there to get his number 9 for the season. It looks like it comes off the shoulder of the number 21.
All the replays tonight brought to you by Bayfront Health, St. Petersburg. Leo Fernandez from the opposite corner. Headed out by Michael DeShields. And that will be another corner for Tampa Bay. 3 in the first 90 seconds of the match, won by the Rowdies.
Well, Jan Ekra, his 200th appearance tonight, like you mentioned, Austin. He's looking for a big night tonight to celebrate that. He was cleaning up on that corner and won back another one.
Just the 5th player in the history of this league to make 200 appearances. Another left-footed attempt from Fernandez. Works its way all the way through the box and headed out by Cudi Pietro.
Well, as encouraging as that was for the Rowdies, excellent defensive sequence for Loudoun, sort of holding their marks, being disciplined, and staying close to the green shirts, not allowing any successful scoring opportunities there.
Tampa Bay has conceded first in all 3 of their recent losses. They would love nothing more than to try and get an early goal. That one rolls over touch. Timmy Mell defending, and once again, another corner for Tampa Bay with Lewis Hilton coming over to line it up.
Star defender Timmy Mell likes to stay in the middle as that centre-back position, but gets caught out chasing Connor Antley. But I believe this is corner number 3 or 4, Austin. 4.
Fernandez getting a workout with that left foot. Jordan Scarlett in pursuit, and a foul will give possession back to Loudoun.
Well, that was some of the tenacity we mentioned at the beginning of the game. Jordan Scarlett, Mr. Tenacity himself. But all that effort has given away a free kick.
Look at Lucky M. Kosana on the bench for Neil Collins tonight. He has a chance to come in. It would be his first appearance of the year, part of that rash of injuries that the Rowdies have been dealing with. And certainly put a charge into this crowd of M. Kosana, the super sub, guy who Neil Collins says is the best substitute player in the entire league, has a chance to come in and see the field tonight.
Well, 3 of those 6 players are now available to play tonight.
A terrific ball in space, and the save made by Forta. A huge moment in the 4th minute, and Forta's up to the challenge.
Just looking at the body language of this Rowdies team, they are so aggressive going forward here.
In front, Forda once again denies the Rowdies an excellent scoring chance. A flurry for Tampa Bay.
Well, Leo Fernandez pulling the strings and Guenzati with a golden opportunity, but great goalkeeping by Forda, quick off his line. And here's Forda again. It's Leo Fernandez pulling the strings, laid back by Steinberger, Guenzati, and a foot save by Forda this time. Well, the Rowdies' intent is there, but Loudoun, give them credit, they're holding firm.
Guenzati with two great looks in the opening minutes. Just off target there from Guenzati once again as he waited for it beyond the back post.
Well, we're still trying to catch our breath from the open here. Looks like the Rowdies have had 5 opportunities in the opening 4 minutes and 50 seconds. And Saber Guenzati has been on the end of 3 of them.
Download the new Rowdies app today. This app gives our fans the digital tools to get in the game. It's packed with features like a digital match guide, exclusive Rowdies content, tickets, and more. The app is available on both Apple and Android stores, or you can go to rowdiesoccer.com.
You know, Austin, just going back to the body language that I just mentioned, you know, it's the first time in Coach Collins' short coaching career.
A mistake in the back by Forda. Luckily, he's well positioned to clean it up as Lawrence White came sliding in.
Just another example of the intent. The Rowdies are pressing really high. Here it is. Forda can't control it. Guenzati right on top. I believe it was Lawrence White. Yeah, there he is, sliding in. But it's the first time in Coach Collins' short career he's had 3 losses in a row. So this group is all pulling together and trying to get out of this mini slump in one collective unit.
Loudoun really unsteady here in the first 6 minutes of play. Tampa Bay dominating possession and creating a ton of great opportunities. Through the middle, Guenzati out wide. This is White. Antley would have liked to have done better with that ball.
You're right, Austin. Lawrence White teed it up for him, and that cross was just a little too poor. He couldn't get past the first defender. I believe Loudoun has not got out of their own half as yet.
It's 1-2 touches at the most for Loudoun before they are conceding possession. Here's Steinberger with some space. Right at the edge of the box, plays it forward, and it's in! Guenzati and Aaron Guillen were both there. It's going to be Guillen that gets the goal for Tampa Bay.
What a sight to see a centre-back coming all the way up and getting his first goal in a Rowdies shirt. Aaron Guillen. Look what it means to this group. Hey, he is starting the attack. Steinberger returns the favor right back into his path, gets a toe. And a great finish by the centre-back for his first ever goal. And it couldn't happen at a better time for this Rowdies team. What a moment.
Guillen, one of 3 players who's been on the field for every minute of every match, one of the anchors of that back line. Well, he made a heck of a run right there. The ball just gets past Guenzati. Those two in the same area. Guenzati couldn't get it. Guillen right behind to hammer it home.
But what about the effort running all the way up from the centre-back position to get up into almost on top of the penalty spot? It just shows what it means to this group to get a result tonight. Loudoun United, boy, do they have to brace themselves for the effort.
Well, despite the calm demeanor that we heard earlier this week from Neil Collins and Forrest Lasso, you knew that this team was going to come out with a sense of urgency.
Correct. So much pride that they're playing for. Their years again created such a culture over here in the Tampa Bay area with this Rowdies team. Oof. Right now, they're first at every ball, Austin, and guys in the red shirts are just struggling to keep up.
question. The Rowdies have overwhelmed Loudoun here in the opening minutes.
What a pass by Lewis Hinton to Leo Fernandez just moments ago. Just gives you an idea of the range of his passing ability. The number 4 for the Rowdies. Here he is again.
Steinberger saves it as Ryan Martin tries to inspire his team, which is on its heels right now.
Don't forget, this is a young Loudoun team, usually a feeder team for DC United. These youngsters are in for a shock or no experience.
Offside flag up as Antley was at the edge of the box. Now, all kinds of changes lineup-wise for Loudoun United in the last month. A group that really has no experience playing together, and that has contributed to their offensive struggles. Just 1 goal in the last 3 games.
Yeah, we talked about that conversion rate.
Here is Ekra. Guenzati pleading his case as that ball goes out of play. For the W, the USL recently announced the formation of the USLW League, providing increased equity and opportunity for women looking to pursue careers in soccer, both on and off the pitch. Comprised of clubs from across the championship, League 1, League 2, and new expansion markets. The W League set to begin play in 2022. More than 30 communities across the United States. Head over to uslwleague.com to learn more.
Well, here's a little chance for Loudoun to take a breather, hold some possession, get some confidence going. Try to slow things down. As soon as I say that, they go over the top looking for a killer long ball.
Massimo Farron making the run there as Lasso headed it toward the sideline. Di Pietro, talented midfield player for Loudoun.
Quicker!
Again, all these Loudoun players have the ability to hold on to the ball. It's just part of that DNA in the DC United connection. So look for the confidence, even though the pressure is there by the Rowdies. Still look for that confidence on the ball to maneuver the ball through the midfield.
Well, the one consistent scorer that Loudoun has had this season is Giovanni Bolivar. He has 4 goals. Only player on the team with multiple goals. He was called up by DC United earlier this week. Eric Sorga, outstanding Estonian national player who is with DC United, 20 appearances with them the last 2 seasons, has been moved down to Loudoun United FC. Perhaps we'll see him off the bench tonight. Certainly a player who can create a charge offensively.
I'm excited to see if he comes onto the pitch tonight. That'll be great to see him play in Allianz Stadium. You know, that's another challenge that Loudoun has as well. You get a little bit of rhythm going up top, having a player who's in form, scoring goals, and boom, gets picked up by DC United. Now you have to start over in that position again. And the forward position is a lot about confidence, technique, and, you know, just building a little bit of a belief in yourself. And now they have to start from scratch in that center forward position.
Several players acquired within the last month that are starting to get this team going in the right direction. Giovanni Montes de Oca among them, signed with the team in July. And not totally unexpected given where Loudoun United is located, but an incredibly high number of ACC players on this roster. Guys who played college soccer at North Carolina, Wake Forest, Virginia, Pittsburgh. Number of ACC connections for Loudoun United.
You know, I have to say this, as the sport continues to grow, and that was a great observation by you, but I don't think it's going to be that much of a surprise, and hopefully one day it's not a surprise that sort of talent is being conjured up in those areas of the country.
Nice run by Ekra. He was taken down. A foul whistled against Tampa Bay. Di Pietro is the player down for Loudoun United, and you see the referee pointing to the head.
Yeah, we see the forearm of Leo Fernandez inadvertently just, and then the trailing cleat catches him as well. Do you call that a 1-2 punch, Austin? One with the forearm and one with the cleat. Last time we saw Cody Pietro here, he was all over the pitch. He was cramping up. He played a heck of a game, even though Loudoun lost. But he's the type of player, as skillful as he is, he leaves everything on the field.
19-year-old from Oakton, Virginia. Looks like he's okay, headed to the sideline. Tampa Bay offers Florida's most ways to play. Plan your next adventure at visitampabay.com.
Just to borrow a term from FIFA, the video game, Cody Pietro, you would say, is one for the future. That's what they call it.
Cody Pietro scored his first career goal in a match September of 2019. In that same game, received his first career red card.
Did I mention he leaves it all out in the field?
Cody Pietro back in for Loudoun United. 1-0 Tampa Bay. Fast start from the Rowdies finally paid off. Aaron Guillen with his first goal of the season. Came in the 8th minute. For the first time in 4 games, Tampa Bay able to stake itself to a lead. That's something that Forrest Lasso talked about earlier this week. It's such a mental challenge when you consistently give up the first score and you're chasing the game. A defense that has been outstanding now gets to play with a lot more confidence, knowing that their team's in front.
Correct. We talked about how goals change games, and look at the Rowdies now. They get to play a little bit more compact, and they get to react to Loudoun's mistakes on the ball. And now spaces open up behind as Loudoun push forward, trying to search for that equalizer. But the Rowdies cannot make the mistake of going into a shell. All that intensity and aggression that got you that first goal cannot be, you cannot go away from that. It's too late in the game. It's only 15 minutes gone, 16 minutes gone. And credit to Loudoun, they're starting to get on the ball and play their style of play.
Guenzati pressuring Michael DeShields. That sequence there, 60 seconds or so, the first time that we've seen Loudoun have any kind of consistent possession. Montez Dioka goes down, foul given near the midfield stripe. Rowdies on the road for the next couple of games. Saturday at Charlotte, August 6th at New York. You certainly want to get this win to try to get yourself going in the right direction. A win would pull them even with Pittsburgh with 27 points in the Atlantic.
You know, that 6-1 start by the Rowdies has certainly afforded them this sort of slump. Like you said, Austin, have to get back to those winning ways. No slight on Loudoun United, but if you're a Rowdies coach or coaching staff, you certainly have to pencil this one in, saying we have to get some sort of positive result against Loudoun before we hit the road. We have a big game against Charlotte Independence coming up. They have been hitting their stride. The Rowdies know what's up, what sort of task that's going to be playing away in Charlotte in the coming weeks.
Shields chests it back to Forda. Jeremy Garay working through defenders along that far sideline.
You know, we just talked about the injuries. Rowdies fans need to know Steven Dos Santos. We saw him jogging around today, Austin, before the game. We see Juan Tejada. He's just about to hit the road with this Rowdies team next week. Rumor has it he might get on the pitch. That is welcome news for Rowdies fans, as they haven't got a chance to see these players in a long, long time.
M. Cosano on the team sheet for the first time this season. Tejada and Luis Fernando both back at training. Neil Collins talked about that earlier this week, so they're not quite ready for game action, but he hopes it's coming soon. Antley along the near sideline gets away from Dambrot. Antley in a great position for the second time, unable to deliver an accurate ball to the center of the box.
Again, another chance for Connor Antley to deliver some good service into the box. for Steinberger and Guenzati, but just again not able to get that ball past the first defender. Wow, what a feeling for Aaron Guillen. He's on the ball now. This guy has been undroppable since he's come into a Rowdies uniform, and gets his first goal tonight in Al Lang Stadium for this Rowdies team. What a moment for him.
For as much talk as there's been about the Rowdies injuries up front, you think about the back line. Lauro out there for every minute of every game. You say the same thing about Guillen and Scarlett. Forrest Lasso has just been pulled off for a few minutes this season. Those four guys have been remarkably consistent, and they've been out there all the time.
Even through the good time. Ooh. Wow.
Yellow card shown to Fernandez. That tackle from behind. That was Camarnie Smith, 4th overall pick in the MLS Super Draft. Told you about at the top of the broadcast.
Well, Leo Fernandez dispossessed here. Look at this. Dispossessed, and says no way there's going to be a counterattack. The professional foul on Green. Sorry, Smith rather. There's the Brazilian who's really left an impact in the first 10 minutes of this game. From that left-hand side, scored the goal last week against Miami. Now 2-1 loss, and he's now starting to hit stride just in the middle of the season and just in the nick of time for this Rowdies team.
Like the Shields trying to start something. Tampa Bay looking for a counter as that's knocked wide of the penalty area. Cudi Pietro chasing it before it gets over touch.
Looking at Jeremy Garay here, just the orchestrator for this Loudoun team. Slight build, number 4, just nestles right in front of that centre-back position in a defensive midfielder for Loudoun. Just a class player to look at.
Farron trying to get it to Camarnie Smith. Loudoun starting to establish a little bit more possession. Looking to start the second half of the season on a high note. Oakland Roots SC welcomes high-powered Phoenix Rising FC when the USL on ESPN continues. Don't miss any of the action from the Golden State Wednesday, August 4th at 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2.
Well, you talked about that possession sequence by Loudoun United. I think they've just won their first corner, Austin. So after 20 minutes, conceding after 10, they have gotten back into the game.
Now the run of play much more even, maybe a little bit favoring Loudoun here in the last 6 to 8 minutes.
Correct. Haven't created much chances, but definitely starting to get a hold of the ball and sort of dictating the play and the tempo.
Massimo Farron low and on the ground with that corner. And a great save by Lauro. Just got it with part of his cleat. Timmy Mell in position for the goal. There's a shot that goes off the shoulder, it looked like, of Scarlett, and another corner for Loudoun.
Yeah, we talk about attacking players. Well, here's Evan Lauro. Talk about MVP type player. That was Forrest Lasso sticking his boot there, but Evan Lauro had it covered as well. I think it was Mel, the centre-back for Loudoun, got right up in there, like a centre-back should, on set plays. There's a lumberjack in the back.
Lasso giving you a glimpse at why he was the 2-time Defensive Player of the Year in this league, as that shot sails over the crossbar.
You know, Forrest Lasso, he would admit him as well that it's not been his best start of a season in this campaign compared to the other seasons, and it's sort of typical the way the Rowdies' form has been in the recent past. So Forrest Lasso trying to play himself back into form as well.
Good pressure up top by Ekra.
We talk about those triangles, Austin. There it is again by Loudoun. keeping possession is so hard to get the ball off of them.
Montez Dioka starting to make some things happen in the middle of the field for Loudoun.
They stay so close together. Their support range is nice and tight. So they're only 1 5-yard to 10-yard pass away of just connecting all the way through the midfield. And that's why the Rowdies have retreated all the way back into their own half.
Tampa Bay came with an onslaught the first 10 minutes. Guillen got the goal in the 8th minute, a number of other chances. Guenzati was in close twice. Jermaine Forda made a couple of fantastic saves. Otherwise, it could be a multiple goal lead for Tampa Bay, but Loudoun just one good kick away from equalizing here, and they're starting to create some chances in front of Evan Laurel.
I think that sort of rhythm and confidence is really starting to bleed into this Loudoun team now as they progress the ball up the field again. And the Rowdies, on the other hand, starting to lose a little bit of their edge that they had at the beginning. Now here's where they have to counter press. Now here's one of those traits that you lose with all of these combative midfielders that the Rowdies have brought in. Lawrence Wyke, huge motor, industrious player, but has a heavy touch on the ball. So when there's a tight space and he gets the ball, like we saw twice in the last couple of minutes, he's given it away. So yes, they have a lot of great traits that are brought into the field with players like Lawrence Wyke, but some things are given up as well, where he's keeping possession in tight spaces.
Saturday night at Al Lang Stadium here in downtown St. Petersburg. Austin Lyon, Ryan Davis, our entire crew with you for USL Championship action. Tampa Bay with a 1-0 lead on Loudoun. Both of these teams trying to end 3-game losing streaks. That is Jeremy Garay, who is down for Loudoun United. Signed to a homegrown contract earlier this month. A 3-year deal. He is scheduled to join DC United in 2022. This organization has a lot of pride in the DC United Academy. 16 homegrown players signed. In case you're just joining us, a look at some of the chances that Tampa Bay was able to create in the early going.
Well, Leo Fernandez on that left-hand side really started to open things up. Here's that delivery by Lewis Hilton, saved by Forda. This all happened in the first 5 minutes. Guenzati on the end of another one. Here's Leo Fernandez again. Guenzati, El Capitan, looking for number 9. And Forda just putting his body in the way. That could have been 3 to 4 goals, but still, it's only a 1-0 lead. And since then, Loudoun United have taken control of the game, slowed it down, and played at their pace.
And Tampa Bay got one early, but in the midst of this 3-game losing streak, Neil Collins said, look, there were a couple performances where we weren't at our best, but he referenced the game against Hartford, a 1-0 loss that he referred to as a 1-in-a-million game. And even though Tampa Bay has won early, you don't want to miss out on chances of that quality because there just aren't that many during the course of a match.
Correct. And again, we talked about defenses having to be perfect. If you only have one goal to play with, again, any sort of mistake or lucky bounce or fantastic play by Loudoun will result in an equalizer.
Rowdies back on their heels a bit since that opening montage that we showed you. Came out with a ton of intensity. And Loudoun United starting to settle in here as the first half goes along.
One thing I like about Leo Fernandez, though, and the way that he's playing tonight, is he's looking to create every time he gets the ball. And that is so important with this Rowdy formation. The guys in the middle are industrious and they're going to, break up plays and create space. But the guys on the wing, like Connor Antley and Leo Fernandez, have to create space and create scoring opportunities when it comes out wide.
Antley, a nice ball to Guenzati, back heel, Wyke off the post and gobbled up by Forda. Oh, what a chance that was.
Well, it started with Connor Antley. The ball comes back into Gwenzati. The back heel, the trickery that you need, and Lawrence Wyke, how unlucky, on the inside of the post and right back into Forda's hands. Oh, he's still shaking his head.
You know, when you're struggling to score goals, sometimes those are the types of bounces that you get.
That's right.
Phenomenal creativity there from Gwenzati.
Exactly what you need in the last third, Austin, to create chances. Something to offset defenders. Have defenders looking the other way while the ball goes the other. Here it is, Connor Antley to Gwenzati, back to Wyke with the back heel. And look at that, comes right back into Forda. And he's like, oh, this is easy.
Good run by Wyke. Able to get it right in the middle of the box. That went off the leg of Cudi Pietro.
Well, Lawrence Wyke again asking the questions in the last third. This time goes onto his left foot. Here it is, throws it through the guy's legs, onto the left foot, drives it again. And Mel, as ever, gets in the way.
Wyke in his first season here in Tampa Bay, spent the last two with Atlanta United. Antley's been active in the first half on this right side. Another nice run. Antley toward the end line, made the defender miss. And that shot high from Ekra. Already a special night for Jan Ekra. How about a goal in your 200th career appearance?
Well, he arrived late, and that means just in time for this play. Connor Antley skinning his defender, lays it back, and just Jan Ekra lifts his head too early. Have to keep your head down. My coach always said, when you hear the crowd roar, that's when you look up. And Mr. 200 just couldn't get that goal, and looks like an H2O break here.
Teams headed toward their respective sidelines in the 32nd minute. Tampa Bay was in a first-place tie with Pittsburgh starting the week. Win for the Riverhounds has put them in front. 27 points for Pittsburgh. Tampa Bay on 24. Both those teams clear of Miami FC and Hartford Athletic.
See the Rowdies faithful enjoying another hot night in St. Pete.
Last time they'll get to see the green and gold until August 13th when Hartford comes back.
You can hear Ralph Small and Skyway Casuals drums beating. Here's the back heel from Gwenzati. Lawrence Wyke getting his laces on it. Forda just lays down and makes the save. Oh, there it is. When it rains, it pours.
Wyke was in disbelief. Took him a moment to understand what happened. Go in.
There's that scarf, Skyway Casuals. Great fan base in this St. Petersburg area and Tampa Bay area. There's Mr. Lawrence Wyke. 2 shots in the last 5 minutes. Either of them could have gone in.
Making his 7th start of the year tonight. Native of Bolton, England.
What Wyke can give you, we talked about his industry. He can come from deep and get into scoring chances like he's done in the last couple of minutes.
Steinberger got held up. Wyke, Steinberger maneuvering, and another save had to be made by Forda.
Well, Lawrence Wyke again flicking one up onto Steinberger's path. He gets the left foot shot in, and another great save by Forda.
Steinberger really battling for position, creating that chance.
Here it is again. Gets the bounce. The shield overcommits. Steinberger gets his left foot on it. But fortunate for Forda and Loudoun, it was straight to the keeper.
Yellow card shown to Camarney Smith. Smith, 26 goals in his career at Clemson. Another of those ACC players on this Loudoun roster.
Now, looks like Leo Fernandez is going to kick this one. If it was up to me, I would want the right-footed Hilton bringing that ball right on top of Forda, the keeper, right in his line of vision. And anyone could get a little deflection and get it past him. It looks like it's going to be the lefty here with Leo Fernandez.
Toward the back post. That ends up going over the touchline.
It looks like Forda gathered the ball when it already went out. Fans not too happy hearing the boos, but I think assistant referee Rhett Hamill, Matthew Rodman got that right.
We had a good look at it from our vantage point, I would agree. Download the new Rowdies app. Well, Rowdies fans, Rowdy Coin is a new season-long flexible ticketing option designed to give you the opportunity to attend any matches during the 2021 season. Visit rowdiesoccer.com to purchase your Rowdy Coin today.
Now, Austin, you think Bitcoin is good, but Rowdy Coin is the way to go. Gotta tell you.
Was into Dogecoin for a while, but I didn't realize Rowdy Coin is where you need to be.
See, now you know. We learn something new every day, don't we?
The match has gone back and forth. Tampa Bay owned the first 10 to 15 minutes. Loudoun started to settle in, a couple of chances. Tampa Bay has had the better run of play. And once again, Jermaine Fortas had to make a few big saves to keep his team down just one goal.
What a timely tackle it was by Mel again. Ooh.
Lasso is shown a quick yellow card.
Referee Demyanchuk, no hesitation. Forrest Lasso had all the intent in the world. It's called man or ball. He went for the ball, couldn't get it, so he get the man instead. He points to the ball, that's about it. And the referee was right on top of it. He's pleading his case, but looks like he got a lot more man than he did ball.
Lasso wore the captain's armband to start last week's game in Miami when Guenzati wasn't in the starting 11. Kind of downplayed that earlier this week. Said it wasn't a big deal. We know that Seba's the captain, and once he came on, immediately given back.
Yeah, I mean, Seba Guenzati, the sort of leadership that he's provided on and off the field, this Rowdy teammates will be first to acknowledge that.
Out wide, here's Antley. Ball sent toward the back post, headed down. Another shot that Forda was able to save. The rebound attempt, no chance from Guenzati.
Well, El Capitan is making all the runs, just cannot find that finished product. Look at the run here to get into position. Rises up, gets the header down. It drops for him, and he just can't. You know, when you can't score goals, you just start snatching at that ball just a little too quickly. And he snatched that one and missed it. And there's the understanding between Jordan Scarlett and Evan Lauro. Just allows it to go to his keeper. Talk about building relationships. That back three and Evan Lauro. There's the shots, 14-3, Tampa Bay Rowdies. I believe about 12 of those shots within the opening 30 seconds of the game. It feels that way anyway.
Huge disparity, but still just a 1-0 scoreline right now. Antley once again. He's been good at creating chances the last couple of minutes. Works his way in. That one on the ground. Some bodies in front of Forda, but able to secure it.
Connor Antley showing a different angle, coming in on the left foot this time and driving it in, and Forda did well to save it.
Forda in his first season with Loudoun, a backup goalie with El Paso Locomotive the last 2 seasons, didn't get a whole lot of opportunities.
Here it is again. He showed the defender right foot last time. This time comes in on the left. And good safe hands by Forda. There are 2 guys following up Steinberger. I believe Seba Guenzati.
That was right between the legs of Timmy Mell. If it deflects any harder off the inside of his right foot, it's going in.
That's right. That's why you have to shoot the ball. Deflections, anything like that can cause a goal. If you don't shoot, you can't score.
Stoppage in play with Mell pleading his case.
It's one of these positions, Austin, where Lewis Hilton, it's too far for a shot, but almost too close for a chip into the box because not much trajectory to play with. Yep. Oh. Lewis Hilton is telling the referee he's not asking for a wall. But the referee, quite rightly, once he begins to measure that wall, he has to call it back.
Four Loudoun bodies in front of Lewis Hilton.
For Forrest Lasso at this last post.
Drops it back, and the shot is too high. Coming up at the half, the coach's corner is bartending. A couple of the staffers for Tampa Bay learn how to make a drink. We'll have highlights and stats from the first half, plus a second half outlook from Ryan. What to expect in the final 45. That and more coming up at halftime in about 8 minutes. Tampa Bay a 1-0 lead on the strength of the Guillen goal in the 8th minute. Antley one-on-one on the edge of the penalty area. Wyke gets it to his right foot, and it deflects off the feet of Cudi Pietro.
Well, Lawrence Wyke has answered the bell tonight for Coach Collins. He's been asking the questions in the last third of the field. That positivity from coming deep is just driving this Rowdies team into scoring chances.
Here is Ekra across midfield. Nice move to get the ball to his left foot. And it'll be a corner kick for the Rowdies. Fernandez putting pressure on the Loudoun defense.
You know, we talk about passes in the last third. That little shimmy by Jan Ekra to free up and then lay the ball on for Leo Fernandez. Just something that is so important to create for chances to be created in the last third. No wonder he's played 200 appearances in USL, Jan Ekra.
Hilton up against the board before he takes that corner kick. Headed to the top of the box by DeShields. This was what the first 90 seconds of the game looked like when Tampa Bay had 4 corner kicks.
I'm not sure who's going to have more black and blues, Forda or the centre backs. Another one driven in by Lawrence Wyke.
Dambrot puts his body in front of Forda that time.
So between Leo Fernandez and Lewis Hilton, the corner kicks have been impeccable right on top the 6-yard box. Let's see if Fernandez can deliver another one. Yes, he does.
To the back post. Lasso and Scarlett looking at one another, wondering which of them was going up for it.
So, Austin, you're a bartender. What's your go-to drink you're gonna mix?
I really like margaritas.
Margarita, okay.
Make a good margarita.
Okay, okay.
Happy to have you over to the house anytime you want.
Yeah, look forward to it.
Ball sent in on Forda, just outside the frame as he went down to the ground to make sure. I'll be taking notes during that Coach's Corner feature at halftime.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll always enjoy learning how to make new drinks.
Possibly the most educational halftime show we've had.
Good crisp passing from the Rowdies. Antley flicking it forward for Wyke. And Forda wisely stepping up to eliminate the run of Steinberger. There'll be 4 minutes of added time. Well, if it stays at this scoreline, 1-0, if you're Tampa Bay, you're happy to be ahead. Certainly better than being behind, but could be 2 or 3-0 very easily.
Correct. Taking chances, still the hardest thing to do in the sport. You can create as much as you want, but taking them, still very, very difficult. When it comes to the midfield, Lawrence Wyke is having the game of his life, at least the half of his life. You may have to shake things up just for energy reasons. You look at this Loudoun United team, their ability to hold on to the ball, it can really weigh you down. Ooh.
A misplay there. Not this opportunity. Steinberger lays it off for Guenzati, and an excellent recovery by Loudoun, but it's not over yet. Steinberger for Wyke, could not get it away from Timmy Mell, and it'll be a throw-in.
Well, the Shields saved his own blushes with the tackle on Guenzati, and here comes Mell again. Another timely tackle, this time on Lawrence Wyke, but this all started with the Shields miskicking the back pass to Forda. And the Shields still down.
Assistance coming from the sideline for Michael DeShields.
So many times we look at when players tackle other players, the person receiving the tackle, there's a miskick. But look at the recovery by DeShields here. This tackle, boom, that's where he injures himself. A second go at it. And number 3 by Mell. So DeShields, 2 great tackles. So many times we look at players who receive tackles getting injured, but sometimes it's the one that's delivering it. May end up on the short end of the stick, and he's shaking his head. That's not good news for this Loudoun team.
Now, DeShields was the 5th overall pick in the most recent MLS Super Draft, so picks 4 and 5 in this year's draft. Both players taken by DC United, but right now playing for Loudoun United FC. Wyke with 2 defenders all over him. Another throw in a little deeper in the corner.
Looks like Lawrence Wyke is asking referee Demjanchuk for a handball.
Antley will go all the way back for Hilton. Rowdies will try to build up from the center line. Guenzati trying to flick it forward with that right foot. Ekra comes on to potentially save it, and now Loudoun going to try and counter. Long strides of Kamarni Smith.
Ooh.
Massimo Farron goes down, and it will be a free kick about 10 yards outside of the penalty area.
Well, the youth on this team, they just broke out of the gates like it was a jailbreak. It was Smith leading the charge. Looks like he found Kudi Pietro, who was fouled. And a dangerous position. Just enough angle for the right footer. I mean, in a perfect world, it'll be 2 to 3 feet further forward, but still within range, Austin, for a chance, a legitimate chance here for this Loudoun team. Looks like ferrying the right footer.
And Dambrot, who scored the lone goal for Loudoun when these teams met back in June. It'll be fair and going to goal. Loro tracking it all the way as we are now 4 minutes plus into the stoppage time, and there is the whistle. So the teams will head back to their respective locker rooms. In some ways, Loudoun United very fortunate, even though they're the team trailing at the half. 1-0 in favor of the Rowdies. Don't go away. Halftime show comes up next.
This is crazy.
No, what's crazy is you don't think I'm a soccer super fan.
And you think you can block all 15 of my shots in different jerseys.
Yep, one for each dealership we have in the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, all right, Mr. Superfan, we'll see.
You're right, that was crazy.
They're going to be the official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
You know it. You got like an ice bath around here or something? When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
Introducing Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer. It's 6 times filtered, has 0 grams of sugar, no artificial aftertaste, and is USDA certified organic. We're not playing around. New Cucumber Lime Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer. As real as it tastes.
There are lots of signs out there telling us what we should and shouldn't do. We don't ignore these signs. They help keep us safe. That's what chest pressure and fatigue could be. Warning signs of heart disease, telling you it's time to get your heart examined. Baycare's heart experts get to the cause of your symptoms and offer the right treatment options. And all of our Baycare facilities have enhanced safety measures to help keep you safe from COVID-19. Get a cardiologist referral at baycareheartdisease.org. Baycare, humanity at work.
Welcome to halftime, presented by our partners at Visit Tampa Bay. 1-0 lead for Tampa Bay here at halftime as they lead Loudoun United. Aaron Guillen with his first goal of the season came in the 8th minute. Rowdies with a 1-0 lead. Well, the nightlife in downtown St. Petersburg is as good as it gets anywhere in the country. So if you're a player for the Rowdies or a coach for the Rowdies, you need to know a place where you can either get a good drink or make a good drink yourself. And in this week's Coach's Corner, our coaches are learning how to become bartenders.
Hi, Rowdies fans. Welcome to the Don Cesar's brand new lobby bar. My name is Jake, and today we are going to be learning how to make our signature Brugal Royale. All right, let's get started. First, we are going to take Brugal rum, and we're going to do 1.5 ounces of that, a 1/2 ounce of lemon juice, a 1/2 ounce of blood orange puree, and a 1/2 ounce of toffee simple syrup. Give it a shake. When we're doing bubbled cocktails, we have to make sure that the rim is nice and wet.
So childish.
There you go, and just strain it. And now here is where it gets fun. There they are. Anything? Now let's have you guys try it.
Now I need to shake that. Yeah, well, this could be a disaster.
Hey, you guys having a good night? Good? Other way.
Oh no! I've done the old double up. You've never seen that one, you? Or have you? The old double. Yes!
The heel's a little bit sweeter. It's got some good legs on it though.
Yeah, I think I like this one. It's strong. Good effort, boys.
Neil Collins, superb soccer coach, subpar bartender. I think he's got a ways to go. Halftime here in downtown St. Petersburg, 1-0 Tampa Bay in front. First half highlights and stats, a lot more coming up after the break.
I am a first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
The 18, the Marcus Sargent goes to his left, hard strike, and it's in the net, 2-1 Oakland.
Split shit, another massive stop. Scoots deflected, and a big save from Rawls. As Asante takes this on. Oh, that's a tremendous goal from Solo.
We all want to support our community and small businesses, protect the environment and our kids' future, and above all, help others when they need it. That's why every day, our energy goes into delivering reliable, cleaner, affordable energy. The energy that promises a better tomorrow with new jobs and opportunities and helps everyone move forward together. We're Duke Energy, and we're building a smarter energy future for you.
Some of the storylines in the USL Championship outside of the Sunshine State. How about Landon Donovan, a name familiar to a lot of U.S. soccer fans? He was named the USL Championship Coach of the Month for June for his work with San Diego Loyal SC. Haji Berry, 13 goals entering Week 14 for Colorado Springs. He is the league leader right
What is fetchable storage? It's the best parts of today's moving and storage options combined. It's your storage unit on a truck that you drive. You save time by only loading it once. You save money, and it's easy and safe. Just fetch your storage container, fill it up, and bring it back. We'll take it from there. Visit redrovers.com now for a free month storage. Red Rovers Fetchable Storage saves you time and money.
Getting back to all of this will take all of us. If you have questions about the vaccines, Florida Blue nurses are standing by for your call. Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield, here for the one place we call home.
If sweat is your body's natural way of cooling itself down, then condensation is a beer's natural way of saying, drink me. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
Welcome back to halftime, presented by our partners at Visit Tampa Bay. 1-0 lead for the Rowdies over Loudoun United. Let's show you some of the highlights from the first half. And Ryan, there were a number of outstanding chances in that first half for the Rowdies.
Well, it's all about the intent. Leo Fernandez getting the ball going, Seba Guenzati, and great save by the Loudoun keeper. He's been active all first half. There's another one there again.
Jermaine Forta standing on his head for Coach Ryan Martin. Team trying to end a 3-game losing streak.
But the goal comes from the most unlikeliest of sources, Aaron Guillen, the center-back. We talked about intent. He comes from all the way from the back line, gets into the 18-yard box and gets his first goal in a Rowdies uniform. What a moment for the defender.
Weren't many opportunities for Loudoun in that first half. Timmy Mell there with their best chance that Forrest Lasso was able to get a piece of. This from Lawrence White off the back post, and it deflects right to Jermaine Forta. That would have made it 2-0. A look at the first half stats. Shots 19-4.
You know, you talk about possession, but possession with intent, and the Rowdies have been a lot more direct with their possession, creating all sorts of chances. And I really do think there'll be more of those chances in the second half to come.
Look at the upcoming schedule for the Rowdies. 2 games on the road at Charlotte, at the New York Red Bulls, before coming back to face Hartford Athletic on August 13th, and then 2 more on the road. So 4 of the next 5 away from Al Lang Stadium. That's why it's so important for Tampa Bay to get a win tonight. As we look ahead to the second 45 minutes, Ryan, what's your second half outlook?
Well, thanks, Austin. I think Coach Collins got it right. The midfield combination of Jan Ekra, Lawrence Reich, Lewis Hilton, and yes, Leo Fernandez and Connor Antley have all combined to create so many opportunities with the attention on the wings, and then Lawrence Reich and Jan Ekra coming through the middle to create for Seba Guenzati. Look for more of the same from the Rowdies, but reinforcements. Lucky Mkosana is back. Look for Seba Guenzati to come off with 20 minutes to go, bringing Mkosano on as well. Jordan Doherty to come in for maybe Lewis Hilton to shore things up. Now for the Loudoun United, they have the Estonian international called Erik Sorga. He plays for DC United. He has come down to Loudoun. He may come on for the last 20 minutes to try and find some form and as well try to find that equalizer for Loudoun. They also have an attacking midfielder by the name of Dalias Paz. So Loudoun United have more than enough resources on the bench to try to find that elusive equalizer here tonight in Al Lang.
And what a moment it would be if Lucky Mkosana makes his debut in front of The green and gold fans here at Al Lang Stadium send this place into a frenzy and potentially give Tampa Bay the energy required to get through the final 20 or 25 minutes here tonight. Each of these teams has lost 3 consecutive matches. Loudoun United trying to climb out of the cellar in the Atlantic. Tampa Bay trying to ascend to the top and tie themselves with Pittsburgh for first place in the Atlantic. Teams out of the locker rooms, they have switched sides. 45 more minutes here on this Saturday night in St. Petersburg. 1-0 Tampa Bay leads off the goal from Aaron Guillen. His first of the season, one of only 3 players on the roster who's been on the field for every minute of every match this season for Tampa Bay. And he gets his first goal on this Saturday night for a 1-0 lead. Again, a huge disparity in shots, 19-4 in favor of Tampa Bay. The Rowdies dominating, but just with that 1-0 lead as we start the final 45.
I think what the biggest thing I saw from the Rowdies tonight, when the ball went out wide to Connor Antley, you saw Lawrence Wyke making that penetrative run coming through the middle, creating all sorts of havoc. And then when the ball went across to the left, you see Jan Ekra making that incisive run as well, which really opened things up for Gwenzati and company in the middle of the park.
Loudoun United making a couple of changes at the half. Eric Sorga, who Ryan mentioned, does come on. He takes the second half kickoff, and Owen Walls is also in the game, the 17-year-old who's signed to play with the University of Virginia as part of their 2022 class. There is Sorga, 25, right in the middle of the field, and certainly easy to see because of his wide frame up top. Montez Dioka off in favor of Sorga. So Loudoun hoping that a couple of fresh bodies can help them get on the scoreboard.
Well, it looks like Loudoun sort of flipped the switch, exactly what the Rowdies did in the first half. And it's amazing that energy that you can get from one of their players coming on, like Sorga. That sort of belief that starts to creep through the team.
Kairu Mustafa also on for Loudoun United. So 3 changes made by Ryan Martin there at the break. DeShields, who we saw get hurt toward the end of that first half, really in the final minute of that first half. He goes off in favor of Walls, the 17-year-old.
Now, Mustafa, the number 11, is quite a player. Athletic, great possession. He is quite the player, and one for the future, like Cody Pietro.
A goal and an assist this season for Mustafa, and while that doesn't sound like much, Loudoun United isn't scoring much. He is one of the guys on this team that has the ability to both set up and score. Foul whistled against Guillen as Kamarni Smith went down.
Now, Loudoun clearly have been given the right attack by their coach. Look at the energy they have brought to the table.
Smith finds Sorga. He will wind up. And Laura did well not to touch that. A little bit wide of the net.
Don't want to give this man too much space. Forrest Lasso, Jordan Scarlett, Aaron Guillen have to get up close on him. I'll be giving him shots on top of the 18-yard box on a regular basis.
Sorga certainly looks the part. He's made 20 appearances with DC United the last 2 seasons, played for his home nation of Estonia during Euro 2020 qualifying. This is a guy who has played in a lot of big matches and certainly can take over if you don't account for him.
Anytime you can play that level of international soccer, you know you've seen, like you said, the big stage.
Ekra trying to play it for Fernandez running on. Rowdies seeking the same intensity that they started the match with. Came out of the locker room with a flurry in the first 8 minutes.
Just interesting now to see if the script actually changes, if Loudoun are going to start really pressing high, pushing on this Rowdies team, and the Rowdies are the ones that are going to start trying to hold the possession and move the ball side to side.
Sent toward the top of the 6-yard box. Jacob Green right there for Loudoun. That one off the feet of Scarlett.
Haven't seen this sort of direct play by Connor Antley in a long time on that right-hand side. Every time he's getting the ball now, he's driving the ball at defenders, really making them guess and opening up space for the players. It's amazing when players, as we see Ryan Martin here looking on, it's amazing when we see players take responsibility, how it affects other players around them, and really it becomes contagious in the way that they're playing the game.
Long ball. Guenzati unable to get to that before Owen Walls kicked it out.
So the windows are up here in the booth, Austin. You can feel that humidity. Just could only imagine what the players are feeling out on the field.
Guenzati comes forward. Guillen under pressure from 2 defenders. Throw in from nearly the identical spot.
Heavy touch by Connor Antley. Talk about his ability to drive at players, but again, that tight possession can be an issue for players like himself and Lawrence Wyke.
Loudoun gives it away. Ekra running with Wyke. Ekra couldn't quite get there. You could see some laboring there from Jan Ekra as the ball rolls into touch. Download the new Rowdies app today. This app gives our fans the digital tools to get in the game. It's packed with features like a digital match guide, exclusive Rowdies content, tickets, and more. The app is available on both Apple and Android stores, or you can go to rowdiesoccer.com.
I wonder if I can purchase my Rowdy coin on the app.
I would hope so.
Yeah, me too.
Antley battling on the far side with Robert Dambrot. Antley doing a lot of scanning and not finding anywhere to go with it. Steinberger at the edge of the box. Here is Hilton for Fernandez. He will wind up and find the back of the net. What a ball from Leo Fernandez.
And looks like there's another celebration in the household of the Fernandez. They go to the baby celebration, and Leo Fernandez, that's all he needs. A little bit of daylight. Thank you very much on that left foot. And the Brazilian makes no mistake. Corner pocket. What a strike. What a beauty. A little hop right in front of the goalkeeper, Jermaine Fodder. But what a technique it took for Leo Fernandez to put that corner pocket in no time flat. And that is the second goal that the Rowdies were craving at halftime.
With Leo Fernandez's goal, the Rowdies have donated another $250 to the Bayfront Health St. Petersburg Foundation. That mark now up to $5,250 this season, with 500 more added to the tally tonight. 2-0 Tampa Bay. The Rowdies, as Ryan mentioned, get the second goal they were looking for. And now really aggressive off that kickoff. You know, there was a ball in the first half that looked like it just grazed the foot of Timmy Mell and allowed Jermaine Fodder to make a save. That time, I think it might have grazed Mell just enough to distract Fodder and find its way to the back of the net.
Well, if you're the Rowdies, second time's a charm when it comes to Mell. But he's just an amazing defender. He's always going to be there in front of you, trying to get a piece of the ball. So that is no discredit to Mell. He's an excellent defender, by the way.
So 3 consecutive matches, the Rowdies had conceded the first goal. Tonight they score the first and they add another to make it 2-0. Lasso taking no chances as he plays that ball out of bounds.
Yep, and if you're Loudoun United, you feel a little bit hard done. You came out with such great intent, just like the Rowdies did in the first half, and looked like you're really kind of knocking on the door to create some chances, but just a little bit of quality. You know, Leo Fernandez just possesses that. He plays out in the wing for most of his career, but if he gets that ball in the center of the park like he did just now, he can do so much damage. So Coach Collins, yes, I'm saying this loud and clear, Leo Fernandez, give the guy a shot in the middle of the park, you'll see.
Third goal of the season for Fernandez. His 9th season as a pro. Veteran who understands what it takes to be successful. And part of that front line that had been pressing all night. So close to that second goal, and they finally get it. Guenzati out wide. Here's Steinberger. Guenzati in between defenders. Couldn't get the angle he wanted. It was just wide.
Kids, those opportunities do not come easily. This man does not stop running off of the ball to get open. Steinberger toes it into his path only because he made that selfless run between the defenders.
Hilton for Wyke. Wyke chipping it toward Fernandez. May have gotten away with a handball, and there is the whistle for a handball.
Yep, looks like got a piece of Leo Fernandez there. But again, Rowdies sort of counter-attacking, if you will. Loudoun United really trying to push forward now, and as soon as that play breaks up, they're off to the races.
Looking to start the second half of the season on a high note, Oakland Roots SC welcomes high-powered Phoenix Rising FC when the USL on ESPN continues. Don't miss any of the action from the Golden State Wednesday, August 4th at 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2.
So, Austin, you learn a thing or two at halftime with mixing some drinks?
I learned how not to do it.
Leave it to Coach Collins to teach you how not to mix a drink.
I learned our friends at the Don Cesar have some excellent materials behind the bar with which to work. I could use a setup like that,
yes,
in the kitchen at home. I can tell you that. High ball from Wyke, returned by Owen Walls. The thing about this attack tonight from Tampa Bay is that, we've seen involvement at every level. Guillen, a defender, is the player with the goal. We have seen them pressing and attacking, the midfielders creating chances, the guys up top in good finishing positions. It has been a true team effort on the attack tonight.
Coaches and the coaching staff can only do so much. It takes a little bit of a gut check sometimes with players. Those sort of players meetings only, where you talk about things and be responsible for your effort on the field. And it looks like everybody is influencing their 10-yard radius on the pitch. And if everyone does that collectively, then it just becomes an unstoppable force.
Guillen had it taken away. Garay along the sideline. Nothing develops for Loudoun. Steinberger. Headed down to Guenzati. Working on the 17-year-old Walls. And it'll be a corner kick for the Rowdies.
What exposure for these youngsters. You just mentioned the 17-year-old Walls to come in there to play against a seasoned veteran like Seba Guenzati and Leo Fernandez. That could only help your career.
Hilton's gotten a workout with the corner kicks tonight.
Yeah, I can't say enough about the deliveries between Hilton and Leo Fernandez on either end. They've put that ball right into the mixer, just in front of the 6-yard box, allowing centre-backs, forwards, and all the defenders to face their own goal or just to be right on top of the keeper.
Hilton, the team leader, coming in with 28 chances created. Another one here from just outside the penalty area, that rising shot.
Well, we've seen that type of short corner in the Copa America this year with Argentina.
Another change for Loudoun United. We're going to bring on Darlius Paz. You mentioned him at the half, something to look forward to in the second half. Yeah, between him and Sorga, they're two very attack-minded players. Paz, a more creative midfielder. As Dan brought the lefty comes off. So even though it's just a two-goal lead, Loudoun has definitely have their attacking tools on the pitch right now to try and get back those 2 goals. Paz in his first season with Loudoun after coming to the U.S. from Venezuela. Another young talent. He is 19 years old. Guillen trying to work his way out of trouble. A lot of pressure from Farron. A great ball. Fernandez on the run. A step too late as the veteran Nell was there to sweep it away.
As ever. But again, another sweeping move by the Rowdies. Just one little... Aaron Guillen got pinned in his own half, but guess who showed for him? Seba Guenzati showed for him. Sorry, Leo Fernandez showed for him. I flicked it on to Lewis Hilton. And Hilton back to Fernandez to create the counter-attack.
Visit Tampa Bay offers Florida's most ways to play. Plan your next adventure by going to visitTampaBay.com. Hilton has been fantastic initiating things for the Rowdies. Steinberger on that right side. He's gotten a workout. Second defender comes in to make things more difficult on him. Wyke turning it back to the inside.
You know, Austin, I'm glad you brought up Lewis Hilton, because in my opinion, he has been the MVP for this Rowdies team this season, all season long. His ability to change the ball from left to right and balls through the middle allows other players to get their rhythm, to get their game. He's very much the orchestrator for this team. And not only that, when the ball is lost, his recovery of the ball is second to no one on this pitch. And then you add the old dead ball, the free kicks, the corners, how good he is on dead ball situations. MVP for the Rowdies team this season, no doubt.
Reference that he leads the team. 28 chances created coming into tonight. That number certainly going up.
Yep.
With his performance.
He's 5th in passing in the entire USL, the amount of passes made.
Guenzati in his own world trying to speed things up, put it down and go quickly. Much to the dismay of Sergei Demianchuk.
He's now realizing it's a hard task to stop Seba Guenzati.
Well, he has been in charge really from the outset.
Like you said, outset, right at the beginning, all players want to know is how much wiggle room they have. And he's made it very clear what he's going to allow and what he's not going to allow. And then the players play to suit.
Hilton lines up another from 35 yards out. And a two-man wall knocks it down. And Hilton is retreating. Well played by Guillen in what could have been a troublesome situation. Antley boxes out his defender to get a throw in.
Just a little bit of game management here. 2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline in football, soccer. Is that one play can change the entire momentum against you.
Nice through ball there. Referee didn't see enough for a whistle. Jordan Scarlett catches a break.
Looks like Paz was through and he just felt the slightest of touches from Jordan Scarlett went over, and the referee made no mistake in saying, no foul, please get up, young man.
Headed down by Ekra. Steinberger has it taken away by Walls. Paz once again on the run. Lasso, the center back there to deny that opportunity.
Wow, what an important tackle that was. Paz was off to the races. He has the speed on Lasso. This tackle has to be perfect. He's the last man. If he misses it, it could be a red card. And he gets all ball.
Haven't talked about Lasso much tonight, which, if you're a Rowdies fan, it is a great thing. The less you talk about the center back, the less involved he is in the game. Probably means you're not giving up a ton of opportunities.
That means he's had a heck of a game. You know, so much of that position is covering angles rather than making tackles. So when he gets left in that position, that means the team was exposed. But if everyone's covering their angles and blocking the passing lanes, that means the team is running like a well-oiled machine.
Lasso in his second season with the Rowdies. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Neil Collins, the coach of the Rowdies, was a center back, and he's played nearly 600 matches in his career as a couple of players get tangled up. Right in front of Neil Collins, ironically enough. That's Wyke and Cudi Pietro.
Well, Lawrence Wyke, with all the energy he brings a lot of attitude as well. Referee Damian Chuck is going to bring that into check right this minute. Like we talked about, he's managed the game so well, this referee, not allowing players to let the game get away from being a game. That's two hands, that's a foul, and then he tries to... I think Wyke has been fortunate to get away from the yellow card there.
There you see an example of what can happen when you have guys who don't get to spend a whole lot of time together. Mustafa and Farron not on the same page. Good recovery by Mustafa with Gwenzati in a scoring position.
Correct. Yeah, give this Loudoun United unit some credit. Well coached by Ryan Martin. They're a young team, lots of talent, but don't get a chance to spend much time, like you said.
Garlius Paz. Farron looking for an outlet, and he goes out wide. 67th minute, 2-0 in favor of the Rowdies. Goals by Guillen and Fernandez.
I was making a point about the game management a while ago before a counter-attack. Tricky situation for the Rowdies here. You're up 2-0. You can't allow the game to get away here. You have to almost close out the game, if you will. So that means when you get the ball, you have to hold possession, stay close, and don't make any risky passes to allow the team an easy goal. And in the same breath, when you push forward, you don't want to commit too many numbers.
Paz with some space. Whistle for the offside flag. If you're on the road or can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio. Features Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, and Rodney Marsh. Fans of the USL can now listen to the best matches of the week, along with action from MLS, the Premier League, and the UEFA Champions League. Sirius XM FC, channel 157 on your Sirius XM radio and the Sirius XM app. Final substitute for Loudoun is Nicky Downs, talented midfielder. He comes on for Massimo Farron. Downs, in his first season with Loudoun United after a couple with Hartford Athletic, he was the first player to sign with that team after a great career at Yale out of the Ivy League. So 5 new bodies out there for Loudoun. So some fresh legs to try and help Loudoun United get back in it.
Yeah, just you talk about the 5 bodies from Loudoun United. No substitutions by the Rowdies so far with 22 minutes to go. Thought by now we'd see Lucky and Kosana with that 2-goal cushion. I wonder if that's going to go through Neil Collins' mind. As we see, looks like Aaron Guillen is down. he's trying to recover here. Also midfield reinforcements. You know, Jan Ekra is trying to play himself back into form. Lewis Hilton is just about, you just can't touch him. He's just that important to the team. So the only other player looking at is Jan Ekra. I'm sorry, Lawrence Wyke, who's having the game of his life tonight.
You can see the stress there on the face of Guillen. He tries to play through some pain. Fernandez finds Steinberger. Well, Wyke unable to get it out wide. Scarlett arrives. Ekra with his hands up in the middle of the field. Oh, great turn by Lewis Hilton.
Just felt the pressure on his back and evaded it twice. And now look at all the space they have now because of that turn by Lewis Hilton.
Guenzati and Fernandez combining. On the run, here's Sorga. Lasso back defensively with reinforcements arriving. Sorga back to the top of the penalty area, and it's in. There'll be no celebration, but it's a goal nonetheless for Loudoun United. And they are back within one.
Well, very, very odd chain of events here. Sorga trying to find some space. And look at this strike, and he gets a cruel deflection off of Jordan Scarlett. And just like that, Loudoun United back in the game. Yep, Jordan Scarlett. It may go down as an own goal. As we see, number 15, looks like Walls.
That's Nicky Downs.
Nicky Downs.
Who just came on.
Yeah.
Had an opportunity at the top of the penalty area. So Loudoun United makes it a 2-1 scoreline with just more than 20 minutes to go. Guenzati got behind Owen Walls. He was looking for a handball.
Well, Loudoun United are right back in the discussion now. We talked about 2-0 scorelines. He's asking for a pull of the shirt, but really and truly, Seba Guenzati, he was in on goal, could have done more with it.
A big momentum shift. And the crowd definitely gotten a lot quieter since that Loudoun goal.
And now belief starts to come back in the Loudoun United camp, while second guessing now starts to creep in for the Rowdies.
Lasso giving chase. That ball will be a goal kick. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, visit selectsportamerica.com. Ekra whistled for a push from behind and a yellow card as well.
Well, I think it was well deserved. It was a professional foul. Paz had the step on him and he was trying to grab him the whole time. I think the referee got that right. Yep. Here's Paz breaking away. See the hands, and then pushes them over. Now, let's see what Loudoun do. We talked about that belief coming back into their team with that goal by Nicky Downs.
Lasso quality defending. There is Downs. He's got the goal for Loudoun.
And also, the substitutions by Ryan Martin are Mustafa, Paz, Serga. They have all worked out so far.
It was Sorga that created the opportunity. Here is Guenzati. Gets to the middle and finishes. Sebastian Guenzati pushes the margin back to 2.
El Capitan at his best. A counter-attack, and he made it look so easy, Austin. He felt the defender on his back. took a look up to see where he was, and what a cool finish. Here he is, off to the races. He knows he's in on goal. He feels the defender right there and just tucks it away. Center forward play 101. And it is not easy, but he makes it look easy. Goal number 9 for lucky number 13.
Now 38 goals since the start of the 2019 season for Sebastian Guenzati. And with Guenzati's goal, the Rowdies donate another $250 to the Bayfront Health St. Petersburg Foundation. $750 tonight, $5,500 for the year. And just like that, it's a 2-goal margin once again.
Yeah, and I think it took that goal for Neil Collins to actually go to his bench. We see Deon Harris, Jordan Doherty up putting on their shirts. Looks like they're going to be some wholesale changes coming up shortly.
You know, you go back to, obviously, the Guenzati finish is what everybody will remember, but the little flick by Ekra was just brilliant. It was in a crowd. He was on his back. He got just enough on it and at the right angle to allow Guenzati to continue to sprint into an open space. A fantastic play by Ekra to help set up the goal.
Those little things create such big opportunities, like you mentioned.
Trio of substitutes preparing to check in for Tampa Bay in the final 15 minutes. So the offense finally comes for the Rowdies.
Looks like Lakaweki's going to come on. Maybe Leo Fernandez gets a break. Jordan Doherty. Let's see if it's going to be Lewis Hilton, Jan Ekra, or Lawrence Wyke for him to replace. And then Harris may give Connor Antley or Zach Steinberger a break.
The United Soccer League, all 31 championship clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change through the United Against Racism campaign, visit uslsoccer.com. 1 goal or less in 6 straight matches for the Rowdies, 3 on the board tonight.
Yeah, I think Coach Collins got it right with his midfield combination of Ekra, Steinberger, Wyke, and Hilton. And I think they disrupted the play enough to create chances for the Rowdies tonight.
Deon Harris will replace Jan Ekra. A memorable night for Ekra. 200th match in the USL Championship Series. Just the 5th player in league history to reach that mark. I don't know if he gets credited with an assist on the Guenzati goal, but in my mind, he certainly had an assist.
I believe he did, and I think it will be an assist. And this young man, Lawrence Wyke, didn't get on his score sheet tonight, but boy, did he create havoc. And Zach Steinberger, the professional, doing his job like no one else can. Covering space, creating the press.
Max Lakawecki on, along with Jordan Doherty. We talked about the young talent in Loudoun United FC's roster. How about Doherty? Will turn 21 next month, the first player ever born in the year 2000 to play for the Rowdies.
We got a chance to see him grow in the last 2 years, 2.5 years, coming from Ireland. And boy, just to see his game just take shape, it's been amazing to watch. Coach Collins has so much trust in him now, in playing him in big spots and him responding.
6th appearance for Lakawecki. And 10 appearances for Deon Harris, the 20th overall pick in last year's MLS Super Draft. There's Lakawecki, stepped away from pro soccer in 2019, came back to play 11 matches last year. A solid reserve for Neil Collins this season. And there is Harris, 1 season with the USL side Real Monarchs. And 3 of those guys potential to make a big impact in their careers with Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay staked itself to a 2-0 lead. Loudoun United answered with a goal from Nicky Downs. Benefited from the deflection off Jordan Scarlett, but then Sebastian Guenzati made it a 3-1 scoreline.
You know, we looked at Leo Fernandez and what he did for that second goal. He's now tucked inside now, playing in the middle of the park. And Lakawecki is going to cover the left-hand side. Just interested to see how the next 10 minutes goes with the Brazilian playing just a little bit inside now. You know, not only does players coming back bring sort of goals and chances on the field, but it creates competition, Austin, during practice, which raises the standard of the entire squad. So these players coming back not only have an immediate effect, but also have an indirect effect on other players as well, which means the entire squad is affected.
I think it will be important over the next couple of weeks, if you're a Rowdies fan, you have to temper your expectations a bit, right? Because look, the team is going to be far more talented once you can put your best 11 out there. But those 11 haven't played together yet this season, and you don't just flip a switch.
Correct, yes. We had so many injuries to begin the season, and now they're slowly trickling back in. Like you said, they all have to get their legs under them, and they all have to gel. I mean, so much of this game is reactionary, not thinking.
Good ball by Dayon Harris. Sent on goal. Jermaine Ford, who's been pretty good tonight. Could have easily been a 4 or 5-1 scoreline without him making a couple of nice plays.
He's going to be first in line for the ice bath tonight in Loudoun United. Coach Collins is so animated on the sidelines. He will not allow this group to back down and start playing lackadaisical. The intensity has to be there. It's the only way the unit can produce. And he's not going to allow these players to stop producing with only 80 minutes gone.
DiPietro finds Downs. He's got the goal for Loudoun. Walls arrives back to Downs, who had an unusual amount of space before it closed down. The Rowdies in line to end that 3-game skid, get their 9th win of the year. These two teams, interestingly enough, the only two in the entire USL Championship without a draw this season. It's been all wins and losses for both Tampa Bay and Loudoun United.
I love it. I mean, talk about go big or go home.
And so do American sports fans, right?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of possession, but really nothing building for Loudoun here in the last minute.
It's time to get out your Split the Pot raffle tickets. Tonight's 50-50 charity raffle winning number is R.
Nice ball for Mustafa, but the offside flag up.
7211. Again, tonight's winning number is R4397211. Please visit the guest.
It's an example of how sometimes the stats can be deceiving. It's easy to look at a box score when a game's over and look at the percentage of possession. As Lucky M. Kosana prepares to come on for the Rowdies, and he should get a huge ovation. Popular player, 34 years old, about to make his season debut.
It has an intangible that very few have, that super sub quality, knowing exactly what the game needs once he comes onto the field. So many players need rhythm. It's sort of a build-up to when they come onto the field. This man could come onto the field and react quickly.
Here is Sorga. A nice diving save by Evan Loro. First time he has really been tested with a shot tonight, and he rises to the challenge.
Well, we talked about not giving Sorga that kind sort of room on top of the 18-yard box. He has so much quality. Again, technique, ball down in the corner pocket. Great save by Lauro, but again, so much pressure put on the Rowdies' defense by not picking him up.
Good defending there by Lakawecki. Went up with Kamarni Smith. Downs at his size really creates quite a presence in the middle of the field. Fancy footwork there from Mustafa.
He does. He also breaks up plays as well. We talk about that with the Rowdies midfield. But he is a destroyer, as they would say. He gets in, gets stuck in, and breaks up plays.
Deon Harris, not to be denied going after that. Downs with an excellent tackle to take it away from Hilton.
Exactly what we just talked about. So good at getting his foot on the ball. Look at Deon Harris with the intensity that he's playing with right now. Players playing for spots on the team. So important, Austin. Talk about the level rising. He knows he's playing for a pick. He has to perform. And he's that sort of personality as well that Coach Collins always talks about, that he wants to bring into this Rowdies organization.
Trying to serve that in the direction of Downs. Lasso carried it forward. Now here comes Guillen. Already with a goal tonight. And a physical tackle by Mustafa along the near sideline. Guillen had been laboring the last few minutes. He put a lot into that run, and then he goes down hard at the end of it.
It was, but I have to say it was a fair tackle. He got enough ball where the referee, I don't think, should call a foul. It was a hard tackle, but a fair one. Here it comes. He's lining him up, and he perfect. Well, yeah, he did get the ball though, but a lot of Guillen to get to the ball. Is he running across to check VAR, Austin? No VAR in the USL, but it certainly looked like it.
I think Rowdies fans would tell you that he got about as much of the ball as Forrest Lasso did when he was given a yellow card earlier in the match.
True.
Now here is the moment. Emko Sana with a smile as he gets set to come on along with Sebastian Dahlgaard.
That hamstring has been well managed. Just 5 minutes to go. He gets his first run out of the season. Lucky Emko Sana. What a game by El Capitan and Leo Fernandez. The two veterans leading the way as they always do.
Emko Sana gets a well-deserved big ovation from the fans behind the Rowdies goal.
So involved in the community as well, Austin. Lucky Emko Sana does not shy away from getting involved and helping out.
And a chant of Lucky. And he'll have a chance to touch it right away at the top of the 18. Good decision by Doherty turning to the outside. And too heavy a touch there from Dahlgaard, who makes his first appearance as well, native of Denmark. Emko Sana will turn 34 in September in his second stint with the Rowdies. 4 goals last season, and most certainly a fan favorite. Player who Neil Collins says is as good as any other off the bench. That was Deon Harris, who immediately went to his hamstring while trying to make that run.
He knew right away, and the opposing players knew it too.
And Timmy Mell.
Yep, there it is. Just as Coach Collins is getting his players back. Another one goes down. Yep.
You can see the frustration. Harris doing his best to try to earn more time and make the most of this opportunity. And instead, he's got to labor toward the sideline. The Rowdies do not have a substitute available. Neil Collins has used all 5 here in the last several minutes.
Yep, so you're going to be down to 10 men with 2.5 to go. Looks like there was a nod of approval by the trainer. See, yep, that's about it.
So 2 minutes plus stoppage time. And you figure the Rowdies will most certainly drop back and try to be compact here in the final 2+ minutes.
Correct. Lucky Emko Sana, the lone forward now. As not Leo Fernandez, sorry. Lewis Hilton, Dalgard. We see Jordan Doherty, all compacted in midfield. Not much space for Loudoun United in the last third here.
There's Sorga. Certainly like to see him far away from goal if you're a Rowdies fan.
Yeah, he's asking for it again too.
Mustafa trying to draw a whistle to no avail. Walls does a good job keeping it in.
Credit to Loudoun United, they have not stopped playing. They're crowding the Rowdies as soon as the ball is given away. And then try to play some tight possession.
Well, how big is the save by Loro on the shot by Sorga, given now that the Rowdies are playing with 10?
Correct. I mean, everyone has had a part to play tonight. And no doubt Evan Lauro. Remember Forrest Lasso's kick off the line, or sorry, just in front of Lauro in the first half. And that corner kick as well.
Excellent ball.
Looks like it's going to be an offside call.
Offside, yeah. The whistle came from the center referee right as the player went down, so you hold your breath for a moment.
Yep.
There you see it'll be 3 minutes of added time.
Here comes the good old Florida cramps as players come into Florida to play in these humid summer nights. Remember Cody Pietro just about a month ago was in the same situation, and here he is again.
Cody Pietro, one of the few guys on the Loudoun United roster that's played in every match. This is his 13th. Just hasn't been much consistency, given that they are an affiliate of DC United. Not unexpected.
And you know, I think that is by design. I think when you have a player in that mold, and you can see from a DC United perspective all of this talent, you want to just give him minutes, reps, repetitions, whether the team is playing well or not. You want him to get conditioning, and I'm sure from what I've seen from him, I'm pretty sure he's going to be on DC United's radar in the next year or two.
Again, Cody Pietro, just 19 years old. Loro will most certainly take his time. Again, the Rowdies right now down to 10 men with the injury to Dayon Harris, no subs available. Kosana engaged in a good battle with Walls, and he wins a foul.
Well, I'm sure he would like to play with 11 men so he can actually have some more opportunities in the attacking third, but doing the job as a lone forward up there, holding up the ball and winning the free kick, allowing his team to advance. He just knows exactly what the team needs, what the game needs. Just that intangible that's hard to replace.
Hilton in the direction of Kosana. 6'1" Timmy Mel, who plays bigger than that frame, went up with the header.
Love Timmy Mel. Just so engaged in everything in that defensive third, whether it's marshalling the troops, spreading the ball around, or making that tackle.
Great career at Indiana. Hoosiers reached the NCAA Final Four twice during his time in Indiana. Bloomington.
He is again.
Didn't have to give away any of his red and white Indiana gear either. Loudoun and DC United colors. There's a nice run by Downs. It'll be a corner kick as we are into the 3rd minute of stoppage time with the injury to DiPietro. You figure maybe another minute or two.
You think that was part of the discussion, the contract talks? Hey, you know, we have a red and white shirt. You'd have to just walk right in. You're fine.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Guillen with the header.
Oh, nice touch by Mickey Downs.
Antley defending against DiPietro. Loudoun not able to get much of a build-up with 10. Paz goes down, so a free kick. This will take another 30 or 40 seconds. And we'll get the paint can.
No referee can leave without his barbasol now.
Given the amount of free kicks we've had, that might not be left. Might not be much left in that thing at the end of the night.
You think he calls for a replacement if it runs out? He's like, he does replacement, yeah.
Go to the bullpen.
Yeah, that's right.
Antley with the header. And a corner kick.
Certainly has to be just about the last kick of the game here. Loudoun United are just going to try and get one more on the scoreboard hit.
Loudoun coming in just 1 goal in the last 3 games. Able to find the back of the net tonight with Downs. And Kosada heads it out. We would expect a whistle coming at pretty much any moment. And there it is. The 3-game losing streak is over on a 3-goal night for Tampa Bay. Rowdies started extremely fast. A flurry of opportunities. Aaron Guillen with a goal in the 8th minute. Sebastian Guenzati delivered the finisher to make it 3-1. Back to recap it. The losing streak ends. 3-1 final. Rowdies win.
There are lots of signs out there telling us what we should and shouldn't do. We don't ignore these signs. They help keep us safe. That's what chest pressure and fatigue could be. Warning signs of heart disease, telling you it's time to get your heart examined. Baycare's heart experts get to the cause of your symptoms and offer the right treatment options. And all of our Baycare facilities have enhanced safety measures to help keep you safe from COVID-19. Get a cardiologist referral at baycareheartdisease.org. Baycare, humanity at work.
This is crazy.
No, what's crazy is you don't think I'm a soccer superfan.
And you think you can block all 15 of my shots in different jerseys.
Yep, one for each dealership we have in the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, all right, Mr. Superfan, we'll see.
You're right, that was crazy.
They're going to be the official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies?
You know it. You got like an ice bath around here or something? When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
Rowdies end a 3-game losing streak with an outstanding performance. Solid from start to finish. 3-1 win as we take you through the highlights and really an avalanche of opportunities in the first 8 minutes of the game.
Yeah, but what a story. Aaron Guillen, one of the heroes of this Rowdies team, gets his first goal, starts from the center back, gets it back in the 18-yard box and toes it past the goalkeeper, Jermaine Ford, for the first goal. And here comes Leo Fernandez. Let's see what he can do in the middle of the park. Just takes one touch, laces through the ball, corner pocket. A little bit of a touch by Mel, but boy, the technique is there and the baby celebrations begin.
Loudoun United would get back within a goal on that effort from Nicky Downs, deflecting off the leg of Jordan Scarlett. So it's 2-1. You start to get nervous, but then Sebastian Guenzati put it away. Jan Ekra, a fantastic flick to help set it up. So 3-1 the final. Look at the upcoming schedule. Tampa Bay on the road for 4 of their next 5 matches.
Do not miss that Charlotte Independence game, but guess what? Juan Tejada seems to be back. Let's see if he gets some minutes on the road.
Yeah, the next time Tampa Bay comes back to play Hartford on August 13th, the Rowdies fans may be able to see a team at full strength.
That'll be exciting to actually get that 11 out there. Neil Collins probably can't wait to see these players back on the field.
With the win tonight, Tampa Bay improves to 9-5, now sitting on 27 points, and they tie Pittsburgh for first place in the Atlantic. For Ryan Davis and our entire hard-working crew, Austin Lyons saying so long from Al Lang Stadium in downtown St. Petersburg. The final score tonight, the Tampa Bay Rowdies 3, Loudoun United FC 1. Have a great week.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.
Thank you, boys.